In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the front screen on the iPhone 16. Starting off, if you can, you're going to turn the device off. This one is absolutely foobarred, and we're not going to know if it's on or off. That's not a big problem. Next, I'm going to use a pentalobe screwdriver to remove the two screws from the bottom of the phone, either side of the lightning connector. These never stick to the magnetic screwdriver, so you'll have to pull them out with your fingers or some tweezers. And then the screen itself is stuck into the chassis with a really strong adhesive. We can soften that adhesive using a hairdryer or a heat mat, and that's going to make it easier to remove the screen. What we're looking for here is that the phone is hot to the touch, and then we can take a single-sided razor blade and we're going to create a gap in the bottom of the phone in between the edge of the screen and the metal frame of the phone. We're going to push it down so it goes flat and then pry backwards like this, and that's going to pop the screen off a little bit, something like that. Now we're going to take a guitar pick and we're going to insert it into the gap that we just created with the razor blade, and we can run it around the edges of the phone, only inserting it a couple of millimeters at a time, separating the screen away from the frame. We're going to work all the way around until we can get it to a point that looks a little something like this. So we've got the bottom off, but the top is still attached. To detach the top, we're going to wiggle the screen from side to side, and that's going to separate it, and then we're just going to pop it out. Because it's held in with clips up there, look, these little clips need to be popped out. That open, we're going to put a weighted object. I've got this nice board holder, what's nice and weighty, but a mug will do the same thing. And we can just lean that against it to stop it falling over while we're working inside the phone. We've got a couple of screws to remove next. So we've got a tri-wing screw just here. Get that out of the way. And then while I'm at it, I'll remove this tri-wing screw as well. And then we can use tweezers to lift those shields up and out of there. And then we're going to keep hold of those. Don't lose those shields because we need to reinstall them in a little while. So we're going to use a plastic prying tool to disconnect the screen now. And then this top flex cable just here as well. And with that removed, it means that we can take the screen away from the phone, and we'll just pop that down. We're not done with it yet because we need to remove this from the back of it, but we're going to concentrate on removing the old adhesive first. To remove the adhesive, I'm going to use this little number 4A X-Acto blade. And what I'm doing with that is just carefully along the edge of the phone to detach the adhesive from there and sort of scrape it off. It's always best, if you can, right, pull it. But I've found that these newer adhesives on most iPhones snap off like that. I just find that it's easier and safer if you can pull it. And I'll show you another tool that I use in a second, but most people won't have this. Always comes off the plastic nice and easy, but when you get to this, the metal of it, it's going to be a bit trickier. See, it's tricky to get off. There's nothing pretty about this part either, and it kind of sucks, but like I say, if you can pull it off, keep it low and pull that direction. If you're fortunate enough to own one of these little spindle tools, this will help because it sort of grabs hold of the adhesive and pulls it off for you. Although even with that, it's not working too well on this one. So it's going to be a mixture of the two, really. I'm not going to bore you to death with me removing all this adhesive, so we'll come back in a minute when it's all gone away. So with the thick of the adhesive removed, I'm now going to run a bead of isopropyl alcohol along each edge and then give it a good scrub with this little horsehair brush. You can use a toothbrush for the same thing. Don't rush to do the top edge because there are sensors in the way. Let's just brush off all that dust what had sort of accumulated first, and then with that top edge I'm just going to be a little bit more frugal with the alcohol and just less aggressive with the brushing, just more sort of concentrated along the edge rather than touching those important sensors. What are these three things that you can see just there? You want to avoid touching those three. Of course, we still have a job to do, which is making sure that that frame's nice and clean. Now that that's nice and clean, we need a new adhesive seal, and this comes on a sheet just like that. You want to make sure that it stays on one of the sheets. Just peel the backing sheet off first, line up the top left corner, line up the left hand edge, and then the rest of it will follow on and should fit real nice. You may have to just use the plastic spudger, the flat end of it, just to make sure that it's sat on okay. Will look pretty good. And then you can peel off the very top sheet, which is this one just here. Peel that off. I'm just going to get the dust blower as well. Now we're going to work on the old screen now. So this is the broken screen. We'll get the new one in a minute. We need to remove the single crosshead screw off the back of the screen. Lift off this little shield. And then we're going to be with the hair dryer again. Heat gun, hair dryer, hot plate. And what we're doing is just heating up this area here to soften the adhesive so that we can remove this flex cable from the back of the screen. Use the plastic spudger and then starting from this side here, start running it through and separating this cable off the back of the screen there. You can use your isopropyl alcohol once you've got it started, and then it should penetrate through the adhesive, allowing you to lift it up very carefully. A little something like that. This sensor here is sort of secured down into a little housing, so you need to get right up to it and then pry it up like that. I got it out a bit before I sort of demonstrated what to do, but that's it. Now you can dispose of the old display, and the screen that we're using for this one is a aftermarket display. So there are genuine parts available, however, oh, it comes with a seal. I'll just use one from our stock. It's an aftermarket display. It's the X07 one. These are IC swappable, which means that you can, if you choose to, install the screen IC from the old display and solder it onto here. Now, we don't usually do that. If they want it to say that it's a genuine display, we instead offer a genuine display replacement service. In this case, the customer chose the aftermarket option, and the prices on these aren't bad at all. I think we charge about $150 for the repair. I'll tell a lie, it's $160, but you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm getting to. So we've got the new screen. We've removed all the films off the back of it. Now we need to install this little flex cable that we removed from the old display. And to do that, what you'll find is that adhesive is still sticky on the back there. So we're just going to line up that little square sensor thing into the hole there, allowing that to stick back down. Make sure it sticks pretty square, and then we can get hold of the little shield. That's like a hook and loop sort of system, so you need to hook that on there and make sure that it's sat on one side. Does that make sense? I think you'll probably see it better than I can. So there's a hook on this bottom side of it. It needs to hook under the screen, under the housing bit. Get my words mixed up, sorry. And hold it in place whilst you re-secure that one crosshead screw. And that's pretty sweet, isn't it? It's all lined up, it's looking good. Now we can get our new screen, and we're going to offer it up to the housing. I'm going to put the weighted object behind it ready, and then yeah, we've just got to pop the screen on. This can be a bit tricky to line up if you've never done this before. It's awkward. You just have to get it in the right point. Once it's ready, push it down and it'll secure into place pretty easily. When it's not lined up, it's going to be pretty hard, so just be careful. Now we're going to move up to the top area, and this one's even more awkward because it's springier. But same again, just sort of moving it around a little bit at a time, feeling around until you get it in and it's secure, and then push it down once it's ready. Now we've got that metal shield at the bottom. You see how it's got this little hook again on there? You're going to have to make sure that the hook goes under the loop. Bring back screws. Anyway, one tri-wing screw holds that one down, and then when we go up to the top again, we've got another little hook and loop shield system, and that one goes on a little bit like this, hooking through the loop. Oh, I've dropped it, oops. Through the loop, and then the single tri-wing screw holding it down. Re-secure that. Make sure it's all nice and tight. And then at this point, it's a good idea to test that your screen works. So turn the phone on, do some touch testing, make sure all functions work before you remove this last bit of adhesive. For the sake of the video, I'm going to carry on with the work what I'm doing. And I'm just going to peel off this last bit of the adhesive that holds the screen down. Fold the screen down like that so that we can get around this side of it. Follow it all the way around. One last bit just here, and then we can fold the screen down. When you're securing it down, so it's actually just real quick, blow out any dust. If you've got a dust blower, blow it out. Use a hairdryer if you've not got a dust blower. Get it cleaned out, fold the screen down, and then starting off, you need to get the top in place, line it all up there, make sure that that sits nice and flat, and then follow it down, pushing it down, get it all secured, push down, and then turn the phone on. I think this one's actually out of charge. So I'm going to pop these screws in the bottom here. Don't forget these ones. And then I'll put it on charge. And I'm going to prove to you that it's working before the end of this video. Or maybe I'm not going to prove that it's working and it didn't work. You'll have to stick around and find out what happened. You didn't think I was really going to leave you hanging, did you? Of course it worked. It's just a very low battery. I'll just put it on charge for a minute and it works fine. Just make sure that you squeeze around those edges. Make sure that it's sat down real nice and tight and that there's nothing moving around. The guy's also lost his SIM card somehow. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.